Yo, welcome back to the Jeff K YouTube channel. Today we're going over this is Nantex review again. We're late because I was out yesterday, so it's Monday night now. With me is Eragon, on the mic, and then like Bigfoot and Terry are also here, and Snaps is also here, but they're all muted, so I'll add in their comms as needed. Okay, we're gonna start with the Enders game. Um, Era, do you have any immediate thoughts about the Enders game? Dude, actually top five unlosable matchups if you're Enders. I can't lie. Like this I remember his lead being really bad because I think he led Diancie, which I don't think you're supposed to do in this matchup ever. Yeah, yeah. Or like just yeah, use like middle game like Furry Gorilla to get in Diancie under Trick Room. Because the whole bit of this team is that it's like what is it, HP ground for Rig, right? It's like HP ground for Rig plus policy Diancie. I lost to this shit so much in test games this week. It was like quite bad. Or it was quite good. I thought it was a cool team. I was really intrigued. It was interesting because Terry was also bringing up in like our DFL chat that like about like Sun with Farig, and I think this is actually a really compelling angle for it. Because I wasn't really convinced by anything, but the policy Diancie like is actually a really good idea on it. It's a cool team. Yeah. It's kind of like the MA stuff, right? Yeah, it's just like the Diancie, just like our Diancie is facing down the Landorus, and the Landorus has free reign to just click Sandstorm, and you make infinite progress. So yeah, all right, let's see the buttons get clicked. It lives, and we get the Earth power, and we almost lose our we proc our weakness policy and almost lose our Diancie in one turn instead of yeah, and this is just our win con, right? So it's just like immediately losing our win con like this is just so bad. I just don't think it was a worthy trade, really. Hold up, I was to say I have to actually show the heat wave miss because this guy's ahead of me. Yeah, because getting in Diancie and DD here is really really good for Nito, right? Like, just sorry, that's right. Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, and now it just gets to, and also like the Diancie like being mega and back too is like the only way this is actually winnable as well. Like if it was regular, I yeah exactly because we also because then we have like Flutter and or Hearth like making so much progress into whatever's left, and it's just like, well, yeah. So now we just get the happy hour plus E Force for free, basically. And there's nothing that Enders can really do to punish it. Like Trickroom doesn't really do anything. Does Trickroom do anything here? Yeah, I just like also would not. I was gonna say I would also just like never put it on Anders to like recognize that that would be like Z fucking happy hour of all things. Yeah, yeah, that's true. All right, we get the Zard in. Oh, we protect with the Zarb? Okay. Wait, actually, why did we do that? Wait, that's actually so bad. Not making any progress into the Indeedee here is like really bad. Oh yeah, okay, so now we just get swept by the Diancie, I think. Like we sack off our Jirachi. Oh, and he sacks the Rilla, right? Oh my gosh, bro. How does he do it, bro? You get Flutter in as well? Oh, wait, still a Terra too. Oh, and it's okay. It is Terra Steel, but like still, yeah. This is 41. This the Indeedee would have been so much lower because of U-turn too, right? Like it would have taken so much more chip from the U-turn. Oh, it is. It was out of terrain though. Oh no, you're right because it's 180. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. It's just. I mean, this is just an Andrews game. Yeah. Yeah. Nito got pretty lucky. He unironically got pretty lucky with the heat wave miss. Like I. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. I low key like was really confused. I didn't clock that it was Mega Diancie on preview as well. So I was like, oh wait, I don't think this game mattered, did it? I want to say that it was. Yeah. It was, oh. Oh wow. Okay. That's fucked up. Yeah, dude. So did Hydreigons. I can't lie to you. But Bigfoot requested that I watch this game next so he can leave because he's a chud and he's on vacation. I don't remember exactly how the prep process went this week, but I think we just. But I know Bigfoot just reloaded because he was just like he liked the team that he brought versus me. And it got fucking chudded. Yeah, dude. Voltex. I just like I don't know, man. This guy just hasn't built a single thing in this whole tour except versus me, and he got the load really wrong. But I'm just ass. So it's like I don't know, man. A con freed. That's all I got to say about this. The funny thing is, I also almost loaded Iron Crown this week too. So there would have been two Iron Crown for like no reason. True. All right. Booster, Flutter plus Lando into Lele Fish. Okay, so we confirmed speed order on Landorus and Lele. Okay, we get the pair off into the Wellspring. This will matter later, I think. I don't actually don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all. That's a weak ass Lele. Oh no, it's just a bold ass Flutter. Never mind, I lied. I think it's like a non-specs Lele and like a bold ass Flutter. Or like a weak specs Lele or something. Okay. Yeah, we get the U-turn off. This is just kind of a bad board state for Voltix, I feel. Like the getting the Peril on the Ogrepon so early just means that it's like the Ogrepon. I mean, I guess that the Ogrepon wasn't doing super much in this matchup anyways, but now it's like actually just dead weight. And then getting the Lando out into the Raging Bolt on this board is just like so bad for Voltix here. Yeah, the pair. I mean, the pair comes out, but that wouldn't have really mattered. Because I mean, what's the worst that's happening? Like, Water Ivy Cudgel into bolts. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Voltex's whole board is like still pretty passive. Like he gets in the Lele, it's still just like we're so passive into the bolts. Yeah, we make the Lele take a Woodhammer as well. I think Voltex was just so he was so lax with his Lele in this matchup when like the like into the Calm Mind Raging Bolt. I really don't feel like we can be lax with our Lele, especially not as lax as we actually were in the game. Yep. Yeah, it's even Draco Meteor Immense, but we eat that shit up with oh, then I forgot that he crit that. That's such a lucky crit from him. Because otherwise, it's like I actually just don't see how he ever breaks this bolt. But it being that low is like so bad for Voltix or for Bigfoot. I mean, yeah, we get the tech for lefties. Oh, and it's Earth Power Fish. I forgot about that. Or Earth Power Lando. Oh yeah, because bro, Bigfoot. Actually, why are we worried about Glamora and the Big 26, brother? I would literally never load like Earth Power Landorus into anyone that isn't named specifically Nita Russ because he has like Shister on the team. Dude, that's true. Dude, Terry, let us in. Let us know what he changed. Did he even post his team in the team cord? Yeah, the CM on the crown is like actually a little bit scary, especially since the Flutter's actually already used its booster. I mean, we have Zardlamax still as well, so it's probably not like a big deal, but it's also not Specs Flutter, right? So our ways to hit the crown are like kind of limited, especially because it's like basically only the Rilla and only after a Terras if it decides to do that. So like this CM crown is like it can be really really scary. But the Lele is like still pretty low. Like it only has maximum 3 more switch-ins if it doesn't get tipped at all, which will probably get killed at some point. But and the bolt is still pretty hard for him to break. It's just like quite a weird spot for Bigfoot. Okay, the Lele comes in. Oh, I think he Terras here and it doesn't kill the Rilla, and so he just loses. Yeah. Yeah, because he U-turns off of the Lele and it dies. Yeah, okay, so now it's just over because he just can't Voltage just because Voltage just can't make enough progress with no E-Force Iron Crown. Or with like weakened E-Force Iron Crown. Yeah, just glide for chip. He glides for chip and cover dude. Dude, he's why are we bullying Bigfoot, bro? He's at a swim meet, bro. Oh wait, dude, look, this is new, bro. Hold up, hold up. Are we seeing this? This is new, dude. Short URL, but it's like not even cutting the part that actually makes it long. Dude, he's live reacting to the allegations. I mean, yeah, from here the game is it's pretty much just over because we just have like we have just barely amount of the right amount of sun turns and damage to beat the crown. Yeah, so the crown dies to double up, and then the hand just doesn't really have it just doesn't really have the health to get through all 3 of these mons. And the Ogerpon is like both parried and like almost dead, so it doesn't. It's just kind of not at a point where it matters at all anymore. We have just enough turns of sun to get a Hydro Steam and special attack booster Dragon Pulse off, which should probably kill the hands here. Maybe. Nope. Okay. Hands is like that, but oh, it does recoil anyways. GG. I can't even lie. I don't even know if this was really a game. Like I just don't. It just felt like slop. I can't lie. I just like I watched the better player won. Yeah, bro. I just like feel like Voltix just like kind of threw. Yeah, but I still like experienced this game. You know, I just watched and I sat through this and dude, are we getting existential with it on the week three Nantex review? No, yeah, but we're getting existential with it on the Nantex week three review. Wait, bro, it's fucking week five. I'm gonna kill myself. But yeah, I mean, this was a game. That was a game. I'm just not sure it's like a great. I just wouldn't really load it. TBH. I just think it's like yeah, and I guess Bigfoot had been like has been loading like Sun like basically all door. Like I think almost all of his loads have been Sun exclusively. So it's like, do we think that he's really gonna load it again? And he did. So he in fact loaded a team that he's already loaded. So yeah, yeah, it's true. There needs to be Lopunny on it. Let me know, dude. What the fuck, dude? Eragon's leaving. Terry's sticking around. Hopefully, that's the go. Dude, my scout is actually 55%. Yeah, it's like I have some obscene, stupid amount of Rillaboom on my scout or whatever. Oh, this is a funny game. I low key, I'm not even sure I have the motivation to finish this video, but I'm gonna push through it because it's just the games that are left in this week. I don't really want to watch, but it's okay. Which the I think the Bonnet team is a Christian Infinity team. Actually, I think I remember seeing this during NDCL. If this team seems like vaguely familiar to me. I think because he it might be a Sea Life team though. It wouldn't surprise me. I'd have to remember like some of the sets. I think it's like Sash Flutter, Impish Bonnet, or maybe not Impish Bonnet, but like defensive Bonnet. I don't know. It could be a Sea Life team. I know I've seen this team before. Um, this is just a weird matchup. Oh, I really don't like how Null played this matchup. Because like if you look at the Heat Trend is like one of Null's only ways to actually stave off Zard Flutter. Um, otherwise, this team I think is just very like cripplingly Sun weak. We have priority spam. Oh, okay. What up? I'm getting comms. I'm getting comms from Terry. Dude, that's so funny. It's the same. It's the fucking crown team too. That's so funny. Okay, yeah. So it was Lander T over Ursaluna. I actually like the Ursaluna so much more on this. I think that's much better. That makes so much more sense to me. Yeah, I think this is a cool team. I like the Bonnet a lot. Um, I'm not a big fan of the fact that it only has one Flutter resist, and it's the Zard, but it's still an interesting team. I think Ursaluna in general is just really good in this tier, but I also think that I actually think this team is like kind of weak to Finny now that I look at it. Um, I really don't like how reliant this is on the Ursaluna and the Bonnet getting like Spore off and getting value from Spore, and Flame Orb respectively, but like you really can't do that. Like I think if Null had just loaded Finny, like this team would have gotten kind of exposed. So yeah. All right. So we see Flutter Zard into Heatran +1. Yeah, Heatran Salamence. I think Heatran lead is like kind of forced from Null here because I mean realistically I just don't see what else he actually really has that can actually handle Zard Flutter. Um yeah, so we're gonna take the Scorching Sands on a Heatran and almost lose it turn one. Yeah, we take Crit Moonblast, only doing 48. So that's immediately says it's a non-Sash Flutter. or non probably a sash flutter of some kind. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and it immediately reveals sash. Um, yeah. So we basically trade almost all of our key trans health for the sash on the flutter, which is like fine. It's like kind of an annoying trade for Null to have to make, but he kind of does still have to make it because the sash breaking the sash on the flutter is really important for the Marsh and the Pow in the end game. At this point, the flutter is or the keytran is like kind of just dead weight. Like I don't think it really does anything here because what I think he does, I don't know if he does it this turn or no. Okay, he does it the next turn. Yeah, Shadow Ball because it's Sash and I assume AV keytran. It does nothing, so he gets a heat. I think he doesn't even click Heat Wave here, which is like an. I just don't understand why he didn't click Heat Wave here. I don't see what Earth Power was trying to catch. Chipping the Zard is like quite good as well for like later in the game. Chipping like and you still hit the flutter, so it's just like I don't know what you were like. Were you expecting Diancie to come in, Raging Bolt to come in? I don't even think Raging Bolt is like super is the worst for you on this board, anyways, right? Like it's just yeah. And then yeah, this is the worst turn for me. I think. Basically, in in order to not just lose to Chen Pao Marshadow board, I think Christian Infinity needs to click Tailwind here because, like, realistically, what's the Rilla doing on this board? It's not doing anything. It's useless. It's like not going to do shit. Realistically, the best way forward, I think, on this board is to just like attack with kill, finish off the Heatran with the Raging Bolt, and just click Tailwind because the Rilla's not really going to do anything. And getting Tailwind means that now the Raging Bolt and the Zard can kind of just win. But instead, he clicks Heat Wave and Null like switches out the Heatran for no reason. Like honestly, that Heatran is just dead. Like 18% AV Heatran is not going to do anything unless the rest of this game. And we switch it out into the King Gambit, and we get it Code immediately. Um, yeah, and it's just like I don't think Christian Infinity. I don't think Christian Infinity was supposed to click Heat Wave there, but I also don't think we were supposed to sack our King Gambit when we could have just let our Heatran die. I just don't. I just don't understand why we wouldn't sack the Heatran. The Heatran is just like the Heatran literally does nothing at 18%. Yes, there's a Bond and a Diancie, but there's also no health on the Heatran. Just sack it and just sack it so you can get Chen Pao Marshadow in for free. If you wanted to sack, I feel like if you wanted to sack the Gambit, you can sack it off the Rilla slot as well, too, right? Like I think like Rilla is an infinitely more important piece in this game than Heatran or King Gambit, for that matter. Yeah, and then also Null doesn't even bring out the Chempao, the Marshadow. So he basically just instantly loses to Diancie and Brute on it. I think he really needed to bring out the Marshadow on this board because if he doesn't bring out the Marshadow, he actually just doesn't really have any ways of forcing progress past like any of the important mons that he needs to force progress into in this game. Unfortunately, it's also defense booster bonnet. So to be at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not even really mattered because it's defense booster bonnet. Like defense booster bonnet is just like it has just an insane matchup into this team, especially with Terra still active. So I think it was probably just over anyways. But I think we still needed to probably bring out Marshadow to try and force progress into the bolts because like okay. Yeah, so first off we take like a fuck ton on our power from T-Clap. It doesn't even kill the bolt, and then we go down to -2 on our Ments, and the Diancie literally just has nothing on the board that actually threatens it. Yeah, so we just get bonded in, and we just click Diamond Storm until the end of the game. And I mean, I'm just gonna put this game on fast mode. There's just nothing else to see here. Yeah, like at Terra's, we get it. I think we get a slightly. I think he flinches here actually, so we don't get a greedy spore. But like, I think we probably should have just clicked Rage Powder. But like, whatever. It doesn't matter. The game is over. You just click Diamond Storm until the Marshadow comes in, and then you spore that, and then you click Diamond Storm, Diamond Storm, Diamond Storm. Oh yeah, and we used the Terra on the Heatran for like no reason when we still could have Terra the Marshadow and maybe like chip something in. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But it's like it didn't matter, but it's still kind of silly. I don't know. This was just a silly game. I think Null just kind of lost on preview. Yeah, I like They'll played it funny, but it doesn't really matter because it was just kind of like unlosable. I don't know how Christian Infinity ever loses this. Yeah, I mean it had to be some like really high value Chen Pao Mar shadow board basically. Yeah. All right, and then we're gonna watch my embarrassment of a game. I like crashed out so hard in prep this week. I went through like 15 different teams. I was originally testing Iron Crown, like some like booster special attack Iron Crown offense stuff. That would have like actually fucking like cooked this so hard. But then I was just like, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna like build Golden Go like the night before the game and then like not test it. And then like we already lost the week, so I just started and I was at like a metal concert because my mom dragged me there. So I just like fucking RFN'd at a metal concert and I got fucking owned because I'm ass with the new Simone nicknames. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so we get Zera gold in front of Heatran Kirim. And I just try to force progress with the gold on board states where I should not have tried to force progress with the gold. And it turns out to be AV Kirim, so it just icy wins me and I kind of just lose on or like I lose so much like on turn one. Just yeah. And they clicked her electric too, so now it's just like I don't even make progress with the I don't even make progress with the gold. I don't get out with the Zera into like the Finny or the Mence or something, you know, that could have actually or like the Rilla or something that could have actually made progress the following turn. Um, I mean, then I just like I brainrot click. I click Terra for no reason. I volt switch, and I click fucking make it rain for no reason. Yeah, and I just make it rain into a board with two make it rain resists when I could have just. I mean, I could have clicked S ball, but at the same time, it's just like I don't know. I was low key brainrot clicking my way through this game. I actually just it's just a fever. I'm gonna put this on hyper fast. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna like lightly commentate through it. Yeah, make it rain. Bring the clef. I take fusion bolts on the Mence, and you know the Mence is too chipped. All of my mons are super chipped except for the Finny, who is never gonna really make enough progress into the Zerker tree. I'm already gonna get cleaned by the Zerker tree. This is kind of just over. The arrow as well is like just too threatening because of much all my mons are chipped. The Vest Huron is really cool. I didn't expect it at all. It even eats that fucking double. It eats the fake out Mence double. Like this like I actually put it on fucking LeBron James performance in this game. But it's just over. And this board just like wins on its own basically here. Yeah, this board just wins on its own. Because now that you can bring in the Clef, you can bring the Marshadow. The Marshadow just wins too. Like, yeah, I just don't think I brought a very good team. I just don't. Was like not a good team. And I got up. I just like played like shit. So yeah. Um. Well, don't be like me, kids. Don't load. Don't crash out in your the team builder and load a bad team and then play badly. Yeah, I don't know. This is just not a real game. I don't even think any of the games in this week were real. I'm living in the fucking NatDex Matrix, bro. This is actually just not like it's no I don't think a single one of these games were serious in the slightest. Um and yeah, I mean that's the video. I don't even I'm low-key not even sure if I'm gonna post this. It's just like not there's just like nothing of value in any of these games, I don't even think. Genuinely. Like this one was one off of matchup. This one was a travesty. This one was an emotional travesty for me. I don't want to think about this game ever. um this was just not a real game either. And this was just like wow, a series of unfortunate events. I think that's how I'm going to describe this week. This week is a series of unfortunate events, and I just happened to be a part of those events. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the Jeff K YouTube channel. That's it. I'll be back next week with more NatDex content. Hopefully, it's better next week. Um, yeah, hopefully it's better next week. I'll say that, and I'll leave it there. Good night.